ask me how I responded.
How did you respond?
I said in crying.
You cried legitimately. You just saw in tears.
Sorry, say that again.
She was crying like.
Yeah, she said a whole VN crying like. I can imagine.
No, I'm telling you, baby girl, Delila and stuff like that.
I told. It was Omni Million. Love Island. Omni Hearts.
Kind of thing. But Lona, obviously, he's already clocked because like he's annoyed. He was like,
One of so senses, like trying to like body dysmorphia.
Come on,
ufaka drip, uzenza lighter. Ufaka injection, making yourself smaller. Yes, again, it goes back to if you're trying to change your body for yourself, definitely.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm not saying there's not ways you can't change your body and you shouldn't. But now you'll be going under the knife. Spin the west. Spin the
west. Okay, cool. Hi everyone, welcome back to October the podcast. I am Khanya and I'm not alone as usual. I am with
Miss Buhle Lupindo.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, no, because usually we have that tiff.
Yeah,
but at least we're getting used to it now.
To comment today, I must not argue with you. You went through a lot.
Love that.
Anxiety.
Sana. Oh my God. Okay, cool. Let's get started. Actually.
Yeah.
How are you? La la la.
I'm good, Miss K October. Nothing to complain about. Yeah, my days have been very boring. The year started very slow for me, but I'm good. And how are you?
I'm good. Shame overall, to be fair, I'm good. I just had like a little bit of an anxiety-inducing situation just now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, yeah.
How dare actually. No, guys, you know what happened? Because like I'm at my uncle's place now in the east, right? So I took a taxi to the studio, right? So to preface this, like I'm going to find a taxi, like, and for no particular reason, like it's not even a class situation, like, and it's not about who class.
It's not a class.
Like it's not. No, seriously, like, because I found Monday class 8 taxi.
Yeah.
And he phone for real.
How come do you phone now?
Like, there's a bad and he phone to the point where, like, I'd rather pay like extra for like an Uber or whatever than man to quickly take. So, like, I'm not and he think no, you know what I mean. So obviously, like, I'm trying to do better in life, to be fair. And guys, if finances really like, you know,
need take it
sometimes. Sana mama before actually I took the taxi. The taxi was not man. I think man kwele no in drive. That's shaky. That's because I don't have in drive. That's how to man in drive. And then she was like, man, the cheapest one is 110. I was like, damn.
That's my whole taxi fare.
What? Damn, like I'm forced.
That's
just say that you forced, like me, like
that's
it makes sense. Like that's a P. You see, so I was like, yo, and from the thing, you know, all that stuff. Fine. So cool can quelle taxi because obviously like the qalu quelle la taxi, so I didn't know bana is an dropper MTN. If you guys don't know, I'm sure a lot of people who live in Joburg know what MTN taxi.
Even if they don't know, MTN is like
the standard taxi rank in Joburg, I guess, or whatever in CBD. And also I hate CBDs, like just generally. Like I always just feel like on edge. I guess that's everybody's kind of sentiment.
Yeah.
And it's Robertson Agode, Newtown Junction, where the studio is. Obviously, like I wasn't aware. Diwakile, sana, babes. Like Diwakile. And
did it drop you MTN
inside? Not inside, just outside.
Just a little bit outside.
Yes. That's like often walk sana all the way from there to thing. And also like I don't think I remember a time of me being in CBD really alone. Usually like I'm with friends or whatever the case may be. And CBD because like we hardly ever this side now that we're not like in varsity anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, point again, lost in delayed, and on top of the fact that now I'm going past this quiet as street just before I get to Newtown Junction, and there's this guy who's sitting like literally on the pavement, and then I'm thinking to myself, my hair, okay, he's up to dim dead basically because start. And then the other one comes from across. Because usually that's also when you're about to get robbed, it's not usually like a bunch of
people. They just
almost
come
said
from
guys.
different places.
I mean, women also rob.
No, guys.
Men.
You were afraid of men. Specifically men. Because if it was a bunch of women,
I would have been like, oh, you know what? They say, and I was just like, damn. They
my
got
time
me.
is up.
Got me.
Give up.
But you know what the worst thing about me? Remember when I told you that? I don't know if I was telling you, but there's something very weird about like my fight or flight. Like when I'm in like like perceived danger, like for real. You got like attitude in banayo because like I'm jongba and then like
that's what you have to have, like attitude. You have to walk with conviction and you don't have attitude, but
like and then sanam like I'm like, oh my word, like kuphelile ngam basically, you know. See him that say hey, and also this guy's like short and like young looking. Like you know why you say look at a young babes, like you don't know what he's packing, you know what I mean? Sana hey I can find them then obviously I'm like and then he's like hella confused but and then don't forget
oh
you know
and then, or robbers. What does that say about you?
Like people are a problem, dude. No, but they are. Come on, all of them. Come on.
You what's the word you profiled?
No, I did. No, I definitely did. I said
you look like a tot.
We are talking about black man. You're on your own. For real.
You're a toti.
They say literally, guess Anna. And then obviously the guys were also like kind of confused, you know. But what scared me was the fact that they smiled at me. Oh yes, so the guy crossed the street and then they dapped each other up and then they looked at me and they smiled.
You're
so I was like, "Hi, Kengo."
Syndicate.
Syndicate for real. And then obviously that and then they were also like, "Hi, bo." And then I laughed and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like you gave me a fright and he's like, "Oh shame, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Oh okay, at least yeah, bo." Yeah, cool.
Very English, right?
Cancel me, fine. I said, okay.
Guilty. First count, guilty. Put me in jail.
Put me in jail.
For profiling.
Oh, don't mention that's from the fit song. Like, he said, no. Hey, I'm sorry.
They were working here. They're like, hey, what's up? Didn't we just see you in the other street?
And then fine, came down to the end, whatever. Obviously, then during like while I was walking, like I was literally tearing up because obviously now I'm basically having like a breakdown and whatever. Oh, and also I think what made all of this worse is the fact that like I'm PMSing. So
yeah.
Already, man, like
you're
emotions
PMSing,
this morning.
you're late, you're overwhelmed. It's hard.
Like I had to take a taxi.
You're taking
like,
a
all
taxi.
Of that, like
you're just a damsel in distress. Damsel in distress.
Like it takes and ifunyan. It takes mntu siyaza dikhweli nasemonti. Ibekisela be Joburg.
Uzuthi text ayifuna nyani udibane ne-subscribe eTexini. Cake.
Oh, sensathi.
But anyway. Manje kuthiwa kakuthi ayifuna iteksi.
Hayi ningathi ayisayikhwela. Hopefully not, honestly. Like, really. I just hope this has to be my last. God, please. I beg.
I'm just a girl.
It wasn't fucking makeup.
You have this look every time you come to me and you like in distress and you want help from me. You have this thing like, I don't know. You have this look that you always make, and I'm like, what's wrong? I was so shocked. I was like, something definitely happened to you,
dude.
What do you mean?
I almost died.
But it's so dramatic.
But I arrived and then like obviously you know also sometimes when you're like in a dangerous situation and you kind of finally get home, then you start like weeping and you're like, damn, you know, that kind of happened. So that's how I felt, but I was like, hey, ixesha babes, like I look at actually because there's I'm not gonna stop. So let me just you know whatever. And also sometimes you just mustn't entertain yourself.
And also your makeup was on and we're about to shoot.
Yeah, so I was like,
wrap it up quickly.
Yeah.
Wrap your emotions.
Babes. You know you have 30?
Quick 30
you have
minutes.
30, babes.
30.
Show business. Hollywood. So, otherwise, overall, I'm good.
You're good,
I'm in a good place.
We've been talking since yesterday. Excited to see. We don't see each other as much anymore, which is so sad. But
it is. Yeah, it is.
I feel like I was thinking about you just the other day. I was funny enough, like sitting there thinking about you, and then for some weird reason, I was watching like a podcast, and I was watching this podcast, and your name came up.
Oh damn!
And then I heard that you're a beautiful black woman.
Damn. Got me.
Then I was like, I know. Yes, that situation made me think, first of all, made me think of two things. The first thing, it made me think of our first ever episode. Remember the one that we uploaded and we were speaking about exes?
That's it.
And we were speaking about exes and you told a story and you mentioned a name.
Accidentally.
But he went and mentioned your name at a whole podcast. And I was like, okay, should have never taken that out.
Okay, cool. Oh, damn.
Anyway, if you don't know what we're talking about, so a couple of weeks ago, another podcast was interviewing Libo Geza.
What the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be
the
like...
cat's out of the bag.
You're the ex here already, so...
I know, I'm like, the cat's
right
out
now. This was...
Since Islam. And if people can put two and two together, some of the stories that Khanya tells are literally about him. But anyway, so Libo went and mentioned Khanya, and we all saw it, and we were all laughing about it like throughout the week. And I was just like, someone needs to show Khanya. Khanya has been on and off on the socials, but Asipe finally showed it to you.
Yeah.
And then you saw Bago Tapa, you're a beautiful black woman.
First of all, okay, so
and I think I go, she's a beautiful black woman.
To say, okay, with that whole situation, right? First of all, I think there's also something that I was thinking of before we had the podcast. But, you know how obviously like on the podcast like we talk about like our exes or whatever the case may be, and like I'll be like, oh, my exes or whatever. But like people never really know who's who in the zoo, you know, so. Just to kind of preface this, for future references, I have 3 exes that I actually like talk about on the podcast, who I actually count as my exes because I mean like, and those count to like that I dated like in grade 8 or like primary school or whatever.
Dated in grade 8, yeah?
No, in grade 11.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, and also I think it also matters
because... ex got grade 8.
Valor! I had my first kiss at 12.
You fast child. That I did fast. 12 was don't go pause.
And you made only because then he tated the podcast. We have no amnesia.
We have new subscribers in case they don't know.
Yeah. So it's the guy I dated in grade 10, Libo, and then the guy I dated used to live in Cape Town.
Yes,
so it's basically the one that was my first love. And then Libo, and then after that it's the guy that I dated that lived in Cape Town who played rugby.
Yeah. So we have 10 rugby players.
It's not like chiseled. It's a problem, Lendo. I'm literally like, I've just always been into like rugby player builds, like la vibe, guys. Like I'm not alone. I know that.
No, but
all 3 of them are actually like rugby type of guys.
You already told me you're rugby
That's
players.
Crazy.
All your exes are
but
rugby
I don't think anymore. To be fair, yeah.
But you still like buff niggas. All the niggas that you showed me, every time you're like, Chongalomfana, I'm like, Agambilomfana episode, but just focus. You're looking at the wrong things. You're looking at the wrong things.
No. Okay, yeah, so basically just to preface that with that, so that just to give you guys context, so that next time Sibali, so if you want to go back or whatever, timeline wow. So anywho, okay, with that, how that happened. So obviously now I wasn't on my phone and whatever. So later on in the day, didn't get a WhatsApp, sorry, me message from Asipe about, hey bo, Libo spoke about you on a podcast. You're my heart. My heart, I said, it's my day.
It's my red wedding.
It's my red wedding. I was scared.
I knew it. This podcast. I knew
said, yeah, and he tell it all to the podcast. And I
knew it.
The comfort, the comfort I have about talking shit about people, it's really concerning. Okay? Like I know
you even sent me text saying I miss the podcast so much. I'm like, you miss talking shit about people. You just miss talking about.
And I knew my day was gonna come. I said, oh yeah, fika imini amtiko it was out because I've literally spoken shit about all my exes, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've never mentioned their names.
Yeah.
But also I think deservingly so.
Ew.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I've never spoken lies, you know? So cool. Obviously, like, I'm shook. I'm like, damn, I wonder what he was saying.
Yeah.
So, ati bana, no. We think no, but it's nothing bad or something like that or whatever kind of thing. I'm like, oh, shy zabo.
Yeah.
I been sending a link. So I told you, then I sent you the
link.
The link, yes.
You're like, Buhle, accomplice yako
like,
look for it. Bukela le podcast. Look for the part where he speaks about
like,
me.
I was like, because I'm like, I'm not going to watch that whole thing and
Yeah.
whatever. So fine, yeah. One of my other friends sends me the Don. I watch it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I felt some type of way when I watched it because I was like, why?
Because they were asked. Because
why are we doing that?
But if you watch the rest of the podcast, they ask him like, how long has he been dating? It's like me coming here and like Lendu Teta, but I have 3 exes. So he was doing the same thing, being like, oh, I started dating in grade 11. So do you?
No, I get you. For me, it's the mentioning the name thing for me.
Okay, yeah. I was about to ask,
like,
but do you think he should have never like mentioned your name?
Of course, he shouldn't have.
Yeah,
because it's odd, you know. So also, so that's it.
Do you think? Oh wait.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm saying this like obviously Libo doesn't need our clout at all. He doesn't. He has his own clout.
Yeah.
And I do believe like me and him and all of us are doing 2 different types of creative work.
Yeah.
Do you think he mentioned your name so that like there's almost like someone they can reference back to and find the fact that you're findable?
Yeah. Okay. Let me continue.
Yes.
First of all, Mdase, I'm balance actually a little bit.
Yeah.
So Libo and I dated in grade 11, right? And in grade 12, whatever.
Oh,
both incidents, both years, he choked. He choked Mdase and says, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let me not be terrible. But like, okay, I'm say, yeah, shame yan, like what cheat, you know? Fine. And then
so we cheat. I
didn't cheat, but I did cheaty things.
There's fun no cheating. I saw we don't got human error.
Human error, that's human error. So I'm gonna say yes, both times. Fine, whatever, doesn't matter. Because we dated grade 11, broke up, then we dated again grade 12, broke up because of the same reason, basically. Fine. And crazy enough, the second time, I actually told the story on my YouTube, if I remember clearly, where the girl actually approached me and told me, babes, like, like, since when don't want to wake it up. No, data was supposed to WhatsApp, like, I think you're such a sweet girl. She came to me as a woman. Some girl, you're so rude.
It's so rude.
Why would you not? Some girl, so she
I'm just
not coming to me as a woman, does it? Clondele, you come to me as a woman. Please ask me how I responded.
How did you respond?
In crying.
You cried, legitimately. You just saw in tears.
Sorry, say that again.
She was crying like.
Yeah, she said a whole VN crying like. I can imagine.
No, I'm telling you, baby girl, Dalila and stuff like that and whatever. No, Dalila. What do you mean?
Okay. I thought maybe you're just sending a voice note of you crying, but you're not really crying.
No, I was crying, Shem. Like, I was crying. And I don't know why I did that. Then, like, obviously, then we broke up, and then, because my eye keeps kush, and also makeup makes my eyes water. But anyway, then after that, then we kind of had a thing for like a few years, actually, like where it was like on and off, and we're doing this back and forth or whatever. But to be quite honest, like navigating my emotions then, like yes, I cried and whatever, but I don't think like it was a heartbreak.
Were you on and
I
off?
think I was just annoyed.
Yeah.
But
Were
anyway.
you on and off with him during his Love Island era?
No, so this is because when he was on Love Island, I was in Cape Town. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was.
So you
it
in
was
another-
during rugby
okay,
player.
okay.
Okay.
Thank
wow.
you.
So where were we?
They were cheating on you.
Wow.
Why does that part make you happy?
because where you left off the story, it's how y'all got back together after fucking around.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
yes.
So 2018, that was the last time like we kind of like had like another like a razzle
Razzle dazzle.
Fine. So Klombres Lisho ke ngoku he choked again.
He cheated. He's a traitor. He's a
Choked.
traitor.
But like we weren't dating. We were never dating after we dated that first time. or
Yeah,
those 2 years. And then that 2018, what pissed me off was the fact that like now I'm like living my best life, man. I don't care. Like we're just having a thing and whatever. And he used to come over to my house and whatever. And my family like obviously knew him and all those things and whatever. Family, I mean, him tanda actually.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I remember one aunt sitting me down on some banana. I'm like,
Oh.
He cheated. Like, no, but and I was just like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I remember I got pissed off because as we were having this thing, he was getting very like romantic and lovey-dovey about it, but it was purely like what do you call it, like
What do we call it? You just
kuyadlalwa, yabona.
and
then
it's a fling.
It's a fling. And then I think what was pissing me off was the fact that was a strong bowler into like, man, fall in love with you, but you're not gonna catch me, kind of thing. Like, if you don't play again, kind of thing. And then Coco was on kind of thing. So I remember there was this one time during that era, he was over at my house and I was home alone. And then we're going to do like groceries or whatnot, like at the mall and whatever, to go get like stuff to eat with while we're at home. Fine. So sibane picnic mntazi ayike fine.
Very romantic nje.
Busy kumnandi ne. Sizawenza picnic. Ayike fine sihambe ke siye eshop. Xa sipaka mntase iringi phone yakhe, yabo. Ndiyibone igama lale girl sathi ngubani kodwa masithi ngumbali. That's story. Sathi ngumbali, yabo. Hey umbali ke afone. Umfana ngaphenduli. Ndithule nami ndimayize ne, but obviously ndiclockile because I'm like, okay, weird. Why ungayiphenduli?
If you weren't doing anything,
yes. And why you also gonna reach love mntase and you always on some like you love me, you want to be with me, you whatever. God uyazazi bana back at the ranch, like you're busy with shenanigans. And good shot, but I'm not so anymore. Like I'm not falling for that ratchet trap. Yeah, fine. Ayingabi namsebenzi ke buhle, fine. Then ke ngoku sithenge izinto fine, sigoduke ke fine. Sileye into tonke sihleli ngasepulini bese sithi umani
You're so sadistic futhi. Ukala wamyeka romantic.
Ndiyakhuluma futhi uzinanzela champagne ngala mina and he doesn't drink.
Mazambulela le.
And at this point, like, also ndiyathanda like years of like niggas always giving me their passwords. Like I don't know, it's always just happened to me. But anyway, so ndine password yakhe and whatever. So ndidlala umculo. PT as we're chilling, pin the phone umbali, yabo. Angayiphendula because obviously cima umculo ngoku ilantike ndimnike ifone yakhe, yabo. Angayiphendula ntasavela bethe la nto silencer.
Yo.
If you think I was ndathi cwaka babes, ndasela champagne yami, ndathi ndaphola apha ekop. Sahamba ke ngoku mntase kusebusuku ke ngoku, it's getting like it's dark already, whatever, masithi mhlawumbe ngo-9. Fike mntase erumini sihlale silale. Vuka mntase phango-2. That khapakishe konke kwakho kuncane uyibethe.
Before wami ngubani umbali.
No, for real. I was like, who the hell that? And why didn't you answer the call? Twice. Now, obviously, he's like dazed because I really used to be a crush out here. Like, it's really bad. Like, I'm so
it's
glad
not bad
I changed.
at all. You had the right to.
I'm not need because they plan.
Equally need because equally need. Adalale cum.
Shini walala cum mntase walala and came like it says my vramos because obviously I've been drinking and whatever. Busa mntase phangothi ba khapakishe ke babes because kaloku umbali ngubani. And I went off. I remember I literally went off at him and whatever. And I was like, dude, like, you're so manipulative and whatever. Because you're so manipulative because how dare you
try to make me catch when you know for a fact, man, you're trying to play me and all those things and whatever. And I was like, bro, like, we've been through like this like so many times.
I can't need.
Yeah.
That's like 2018. I mean, how old were we now? We're like in varsity second year. Like, such was about than the 17-year-old people that we met. Yeah, when we met and whatever. So not pissed off from that. So then the next morning, because obviously I like that. Then literally early hours of the morning, pang was 6-7.
That's fuck off.
That's okay, fuck off again.
So
then, and then we never spoke again. No, I'm lying. On the DMs, like here and again, whatever. But anyway, then I started dating Cape Town guy. Yeah, phela into. Mela again go. We are such now he's One Love Island, whatever. And again, I learned the way to because no boom, yabo. Then 2022, one of my guy friends had a birthday party, yabo, here in Joburg. So it's a clip birthday party and whatever. So this particular guy friend of mine, had this very cute friend of his. Yeah, bo. So obviously, I am fun, and this guy and I are kind of like a thing. So I cute lamfana.
We're like,
I see all that's on. I can find them. Then, I have a clip at Moscow, like East London people or whatever, of which I didn't really expect that people that we know really are going to be there.
Yeah.
Like we're all standing with to buy like the Bright area and whatever, like Libo and his friends. So obviously, like, I'm shocked. I'm like, oh, damn, what are you doing? Yeah, kind of thing, whatever. But he gets there, hugs everyone. All the girls are like swooning over him, whatever. We love Island. We like to fine. Then he hugs everyone. I think I saw hug and pakamis. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, like, what is going on? And also at the same time, I'm stressed because I'm like, okay, Lona is obviously gonna be pissed. And say a preview guy friend, but like he ex yake. So guy gets really upset, but like, but I'm because the night. Well, hear me out.
Can't keep a good woman down.
God.
Can't keep a good...
Was I not double touching?
Double dipping.
Une mistakes.
And so tempter I too. It was Omni Million. Can Love Island. Omni Hots.
What kind of thing? But Lona, obviously, he's already clocked because like he's annoyed. He's like exiting, whatever. But anyway, fine. So there was this part where I asked homeboy to cover me or something like that to the bathroom or whatever. So because
I'm just a girl.
I'm literally just a girl. And come up there say, and I remember in my check because you know me, like I take things seriously. So I'm like, hey, Aibo, like I'm like, Aibo, such a lovely girl, like what like. And I remember after that bathroom trip though, like he kind of became like very off towards me and whatever. What office we and whatever. Give you fuck him now. Like,
because nobody invested
and then obviously like I didn't care because he started like being offered to me. I said, why? Don't with this other girl. Why being two phone back with like do you boo? Like
we trade on we are shorter. You don't. What you do is trading. You always trading.
So that's the final. Yeah, immense. I'm getting
yeah, one man backup.
Balance. And then but anyway, moving forward. So after that, yeah, that was the last time we saw each other. And obviously, he seemed a little bit tense. I don't know what upset him that I did, but wrong, too tense, and fine, whatever. Okay, whatever, and fine. Then, I think it was the same year. Then, remember I told you, man, but I'm trying text, and then he gave me like the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn,
that.
okay.
Like,
whatever. No, not even like that. It was just
like
and I remember I was going through something that day. Yeah, bro. So I'm texting, like, kind of like wanting sympathy. And he said, no.
And you're Italian. And the stories we can tell every time you're in a vulnerable place when it comes to you after also selling and you're like,
Dim text and then one day he called shoulder. Then obviously we never spoke again after that. So now fast forward to like this incident and whatever. Yeah. For me, it took me aback because it was like, dude, like, you know, you and I are first of all like not in like a good space. Like it's not like we're cool or whatever. Yeah. For you now to go mention me on another podcast.
Maybe he thinks you guys are cool.
I think that's a bit strange, I guess, to think that, because like in my mind I thought like but like that's man, you know, when you and an ex are like chilled or whatever. Like for example, the guy that I was dating that lived in Cape Town, like and no sister,
of course,
like literally like no, that's diabolical. So do you know what I mean? So you know, sometimes when things end with someone, like there is that ranking of, man, where are we? Yeah. And for me, I was just like, okay, we're not there. So like you mentioning me, number one, like it was just weird for me. Secondly, like I said to a friend, I was like there is something sweet about the way he spoke about me, cool. But at the same time, I was like, this is slightly strange. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also I was like,
in our patronizing.
Yes, and you mentioned something where you said like the cloud thing and whatever. Yeah. Like obviously, like we're on different like tones or like areas of life or whatever the case may be, but I think there is a level of like, I spoke to two of my other friends actually about this, where it's like you kind of trying to, maybe I'm reaching and you guys can tell me, but like there's an element of trying to like sanitize like
I feel you.
Like it's like because people know me as like mom, like the chilled, or I don't know how to explain it.
I think
it's like strange. Like
first of all, when this episode comes out, like I think he's gonna be hella shocked that you went into detail of how your guys' relationship was. Yeah. And I honestly think that he maybe thought you would come back and have the same response and be like, "Yeah, we used to date." Like and you're not that type of person. You don't want to dive into someone else's cloud, because you could have easily been like, yeah, he's my ex, and then move on and not talk about the things that he actually did, because what he did is crazy for him to go back and go to a whole episode and pretend like
as
you guys
if
are
like
cool,
we're cool,
when you're not.
And that's it. Then afterwards, like after that whole clip, whatever. So I reach out to him and I'm like, mana, I'm like, what did I say, Kanina? I said, hey, then I said, hey, I said lipo keza, haha, yeah, and then I laugh because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, like I can't to say, but we are pinalendo.
Has it always been like that? Like, like I can't explain.
The thing is, then I was like, but then I seconded the part where I was like, okay, shame, like, you know, like what you said was really sweet, because I'm thinking, okay, fine, now I guess we're at a place where I guess we're cool or whatever the case may be. Then you responded with like 2 emojis. I was like, okay, like whatever.
Even that response
like, I'm like,
weird.
why speak about me on a podcast? Then when I'm trying to like get us to be level, then now you still respond with like, so I was like, okay, whatever, like it's cool.
Yeah, but before even mentioning your name is that the week before we were speaking about him because he had reposted that girl's post about shooters shoot. Yeah. Duke Dennis was sitting with you and you were like, oh, but Tetangai, what are they talking about? Then I was like, no, he basically entertained another girl by reposting ipost yabo, but he has a whole girlfriend. And then days later he goes to another podcast. So like into yakhe build up, do you think he cheated in his last relationship?
Of course he did. Nigga, damn. Allegedly. I mean, come on. Like, let's be so real. If we're going to be anything, he probably did, and it goes back to, it's an internal problem. Like, it's not it's I don't know, like he needs to sit with himself and be okay with the fact that, dude, like the heart and whatever, but this was and this was validating ngobana amantombazana onke like ayanfuna. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I
normal. Because I'm just saying, like,
what do you think about his videos that he...
but that's missing alone. As Ted look.
I'm the first one to be like, then I go tap it on the quack. Joking. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If a man full of the heart, of course. But no, I get you. Like, he makes being hot like his whole personality.
Yes.
Like his whole thing. But I'm tired of it.
It's giving buff nigga, man. Like, it's those.
But that's how all buff niggas act.
But I guess.
What do you think of his content, though? Like, just in general.
To be quite honest, I mean, I don't, and I'm following just on Bona or something if it trends or whatever. Like, I don't want to also sound like a hater. I don't know. Naleyo, I think. Yeah, discuss. But Zandi Bukeli CC se man la video kahle but ngento ngohlambe komini.
It's the way we're talking about.
Like, why we add Nivea for men?
So we need him for the culture. We need people like that. We actually need people like that.
But are you guys laughing with them or at them? That's the question.
Well, find out in the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know him. If it were up to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if I looked like that, I literally would shut the hell up.
No, you're lying.
No, I'm just about.
You're lying. Remember, Gogo, I'll tell you.
Hey, Buhle. The day I say being out.
Zonke mirror pictures. That's why you leave when I say mirror pictures.
No, guys, honestly, God, I'm saying, really stop.
No more.
Stop. No crushes are on social media. Damn.
But I'm not I am monelo live all the time.
Yeah, of course, I think they also could be that little bit of an element. But I think we're too. You know what? Like, as you asked my content, like, what do I think? I think it's slightly cringe, but I mean, it has its audience. Like, also, dude, cringe sells. Like, you know, who almost mentioned a name? Damn.
Like who?
Tahi.
Who? Tahi.
Yeah, you went.
Allegedly.
Some girl said that.
Some girl said Tahi.
But I would actually be out. Wow, out nyana.
He's not cringy. I'm done.
Uyazithetha kodwa into ezisileyo.
Usile.
Like esiXhoseni angabethwa
Usile.
Yeah.
Funeka gezela idyani kahle. I want to see something.
I want to see.
There's something I want to see.
Yeah, but anyway, how we're together, that's the end of that.
I'm so glad you dived into that because I was a bit scared if you're really gonna like touch on it or because I kept making fun of you the whole week. Yeah. Good morning, beautiful black woman.
You hate me. And also, I mean, to talk about Indaba Zam, count me in.
Say less
things to me. Yes, I said. I'm up. Yeah, but also, guys, to all my other exes, like, let's not now, please. I beg.
Don't come out now.
With shit like that, it's like, Nezaki flop goes up. Please, don't. Don't talk about me.
Yo bangaphuma lo wasevarsity hayi ndingathi uyazithanda izinto la ex yakhe yasevarsity naye iyayidlala irugby.
Who the fuck is that?
Umlibele ngoku ufuna ndithi igama like uzile.
No man, it wasn't varsity, it was after varsity. But anyway,
okay,
why is like I would talk about him honestly. It's just, why don't I talk about them actually? I do. I think it just never kind of comes up. Like, zininzi guys, ningahleka. Zimhlungu ne, but like, because it's like, I'm trying
to think if I was ever put in that position, like an ex of mine, who as my ex is well known and mentions my name, yes, sis.
Like, why are you doing?
Up next. We're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm up next.
Like, yeah, man, don't talk about. But I've never been the bad person in my relationship. I never tried.
What if you pushed him into choking?
What if? Damn, but I was 17. Like, what could I have pushed for him to choke? Because I've never experienced choking after that.
Yeah.
He was the only person who actually choked on me. One from this I actually about get choked up the same life. There's a one from this actually no one does one bonus by infidelity. But I won't even lie to you. I think what really saved me with my interactions with him, like is the fact that, like, I know this is gonna sound meanish a bit, but I don't think I really ever loved him like that.
Okay. I think you were also still young, man.
I was young, but also I was in love with that first love of mine for quite a long time.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And funny enough, I know you probably won't appreciate this, but like, we actually spoke recently. Like, we spoke, man, shame, like, you know, and whatever. He's cool. He's that ex-gem that we're cool. Like, we've always been cool kind of thing. Like, yes, we have like romantic whatever kind of thing, but after that, like, we've always just been like, dude, like, if you ever need anything or whatever. I mean, I remember even after like my mom passed away, like, he called, you know, he's that guy, like, all like we always yes, I didn't know just my nom monyanya na sister twin type. So, but also, as I was saying, like, I think when I started dating like Libo, I think I was still very much like in love with the other guy.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I broke up with the other guy like in December, and I started dating Libo like in the February of the next year.
Yeah.
Actually, because they think forget. Damn, you were 17. You were 17. I was 17. Why was I?
Why were you trying to get over another person with another person? Days, great. Days of
passions.
Bold and beautiful.
Passions.
Just to get it over him.
Say like literally, dude. Like, so I was like, so even when like the first time he chose, like I wasn't like that. I don't think hurt was the right word. I was pissed. And I was like, damn, like, why are you doing this? You know, whatever. I was ready, and I felt very disrespected.
Yeah.
But I mean, the pin that Buhle
3 times.
One pin.
One pin or
one pin. I think, so I think it had it been maybe in a different like state of emotions, maybe nyanshem genda go as fuck. But I do remember crying though. I started crying to that girl. I remember crying a lot December though. And I think it's just that, like, you know, when you're in a mess of emotions and I'm trying to navigate like what cheating is and all those things and whatever. And I cried because I was like, damn, I'm pissed. But otherwise, gay way too, gay relationships.
Yeah, that's the relationship.
Some girl, you said you want to ask something.
You not ask something.
Oh, not anymore.
Not necessarily, because now I heard the whole story.
Okay.
And I do get where you're coming from with the whole, but 3 times now. Oh, God.
3 times, Karabo, damn it.
No.
Not once, 3 times. Damn it, Karabo. I was young, Samkelo, and I think Nyani, when like I wasn't like, because I wasn't that heavily invested emotionally.
Yes, because you
could take it.
In love. And
you worry is that Lord and Mfuna. Not that we're gonna because he still kind of like liked me, but he was just not doing the things. He was obviously also navigating his own life, his childhood, or whatever. Not childhood, but like him being young, so he was like into other girls and whatever. Now I'm doing my own thing on the side, whatever. So like man come and tick up and stuff. But I mean, online.
We're gonna get into confessions. Samkelo, our editor, is gonna read a couple of confessions, and then we're just gonna discuss those. That's basically the topic for today. Yeah.
What's up, guys? So this is the first one.
Yeah.
Ladies, I bought a ton of lingerie because I want to wear them and try them for my man. But I feel like I'm in over my head. My body is alright, but every time I look at myself wearing it, I feel so self-conscious. I've tried talking to myself and just doing it, but I can't seem to find the confidence. Any tips?
Okay.
Ooh.
Funny enough, we were actually going to talk about body dysmorphia today.
Oh, nice. Actually,
So, and it ties back into like exactly what she's talking about. If you don't know what body dysmorphia is, like looking at your body and thinking it looks a certain way when it actually looks another way. And normally body dysmorphia, it is a negative way of looking at your body specifically. So basically she wants to wear lingerie and she's just not like comfortable with her body, and she but still nothing. Like, nothing. Have you ever worn lingerie for a boyfriend before?
Well,
Yeah. I have. I used to go on overseas trips. Like, I'm not like, if you treat me right, I do right. Play in lingerie. Play as a gaming. Lingerie. Why you was a pa? Then got your commands. And commands. I do that. I wear nice lingerie sometimes if I really like you and I put on a show. But that thing requires confidence. The one thing I've noticed is that men really don't be looking at women's bodies like that. We're the ones who are self-critical of our own bodies. And I'm not saying there aren't men who look at bodies and they prefer certain types of bodies, but I'm saying like sometimes if you are with someone who loves you and is your partner, a lot of the times they're not looking at your body as like this negative thing or like, oh, look, look, and they already chose you as you are.
Yeah.
You can testify as a man, Samkelo, if that's true or not.
Okay, must he go first or should I?
No, you can go first.
Okay, cool. No, but I'm gonna offer him, so just say and then.
As a gent, I think most of the time I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's
but it also depends on the person's taste. Because, I mean, I don't think a woman should wear lingerie for the man. You should wear it for yourself. But at the same time, now...
Super political.
No, I'm not trying to be political.
But real. Because do you know how uncomfortable in lingerie is? Who's wearing lingerie for fun. Usamgelo is in the right process if you want... you are wearing it for yourself. Yes, definitely. But also you're wearing it for yourself to appease someone else.
Yeah, true.
At the same time, I'm trying to take that shit off. So... I don't
Fair.
really care.
So that's enough.
Yeah, that's
lingerie.
enough.
I don't need to buy the.
Yeah.
Wasting money with lingerie.
It's billion. Okay, so I was gonna say I'm gonna take it deep, and this is a conversation I've been wanting to have.
Okay.
Like, now I'm gonna speak about me.
Okay.
So,
of course. Duh. Who else?
What's new?
What else were you going to speak about? Can you speak about someone else? No, I can't. Has to be about me.
But anyway,
the mirror
reverse body dysmorphia.
Khanya's reverse body dysmorphia. Yeah, that she thinks there's nothing wrong with her. She doesn't fix
nothing.
And in your talk.
That's the thing.
Okay.
But anyway, I won't even lie to you. Remember we had that conversation where we spoke about like bodies and stuff like that. I think it was first season even or something like that, of how we've kind of navigated our relationships with our bodies and stuff like that, and where you've had like, it's like you feel like 90% of the time you've kind of like not liked yourself and it's only kind of been 10% or whatever, and just navigating that anyway. So I think like with me, I've gotten to a space where I don't know what word to use, like I don't see my body as a sexual something.
Fair.
Like my body is literally my body.
Yeah.
And that's why I am naked all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care who I'm naked in front of.
You almost got naked here. When Khanya came in and she was having a panic attack and anxiety, she took off all her clothes, she took off her bra. I'm like, Umduza walker in and out.
In the bathroom, by the way.
Oh yeah, in the bathroom.
Damn. But like, literally, so now like I don't mind being naked in front of like whoever. And me now I'm gonna take my clothes off in front of a guy and like nah, nigga. I cannot wait to take these clothes off because I hate being dressed anyway, you know. Yeah. So, and that came with a lot of like, and like that I worked on it honestly because I was never like this.
Yeah.
But like I got to a point where I'm like, bro, like
yeah, that's true.
So
that's
I
true.
think, I guess my advice, but I think it's a very deep thing to say, but like desexualize your body. Like your body is not only just meant to like be a, like a sexual like Do you know what I mean? Like, you live in your body, bro. Like, and I understand, not to take away the fact that does want to feel sexy and does want to kind of have that little bit of like sexualizing in a way.
Yes.
But I think when you do get to that point of like you see your body as more than just like manga.
Yeah, for
then
me,
you're able to navigate feeling sexy.
That is so real. Yeah, one lender to desexualizing your body. I've always grew up as like a small petite person, and then I obviously gained weight throughout the years, and then now I'm losing weight again, if you don't evidently notice. And I'm basically going back to what my old body used to be like. But even my old body, I used to hate that body. I used to always like not like it, and then when I started gaining weight, I hated my body even more. To get to a place where I'm at with my body now, I had to stop like looking at my body as a sexual like thing, and be like, I have 2 legs. I'm like functioning 2 legs. I have a body. This body keeps me healthy. It's good. It works for me. I had to get to that mental place of being like, umzimba wami uyanisebenzela, like outside of like sexualizing it. And then that's when like gym became easier for me. As much as like obviously I'm loving seeing the results of being like looking good and losing weight and, you know, your body shaping up into a form that you're happy about. But that didn't come from the fact that like benfunuba sex. It came from the place I was like, oh, I'm taking care of myself. And it comes back to Lenwi Teta. I absolutely agree with you, desexualizing your body, because I think her maybe phobia of not wearing lingerie is because what somebody else is thinking and looking at their body. And if she just like is comfortable with her body and she's happy that her body function and works with her, and then I'm gonna be lingerie, I be sex, it was about right.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like, not even to, because
sometimes validation from my daughter with your body.
I don't know why that made me laugh. I really don't know.
No, for real. But men will stir you in the wrong direction. Yeah.
I was also gonna say that, actually, I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say something along the lines of Bana. Like, for me,
okay, of course, it's
I'm
about
going
you.
somewhere with this. Like, for me, I don't have like the ideal body in terms of what society wants. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair.
And then I feel like I'm the perfect person to say this, Bana. I don't live in like Mgowo because of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like she could take like that as like a piece of advice, Bana. That's how uzawuphela. Like, literally uzawuphela. Like, you literally just have to be happy with who you are. Like, uzawuthini.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But it's not easy. It's easier said than done, to be fair.
It is.
But like I'm to say, just live, bro. Like, I'm so sorry to even be, it's not crass, actually we're adults here, but like, uzayenza sex no, but seriously. No,
so yeah, sex.
Yeah, give up.
Don't give up. So give up on sex. Kayixolele sex. Xolela umzimba wakho wenza sex comment. Because go and ukhona umuntu ofuna ukwenza sex nawe nanomzimba wakho. So
unxiba ilingerie ukhona
unxiba igown night bese
ukhona mthase i-makeup yami iyaphela buhle kuwe lo uyadika. Ukhona umuntu mntase ofuna ubona unxibe wena unxibe ilingerie
kulo mzimba nawo futhi weziphethe.
For real. You see, and not even about sex now. Like, ukhona umuntu mntase ofuna like uhlala nawe. Like, I think we date now. I'm so dead with the
because at the end of the day, Khanya, uzazibona so sense izinto like trying to like une body dysmorphia nyani
kubone
ufaka i-drip uzenza lighter ufaka i-injection making yourself smaller. Yes, again it goes back to Lenoka Samkelo. If you're trying to change your body for yourself, definitely do it. I'm not saying there's not ways you can't change your body and you shouldn't, but now you'll be going under the knife doing the most just because you're trying to be sexy for somebody who doesn't give a fuck.
And I think like you were saying something about like going to the gym because like of being healthier and whatever. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like now when I'm going to the gym, I'm not going there to be healthy. Like now once I actually start going to the gym, like I don't care about health. I don't. But I just wanted to
by the way, when you see me at the gym,
I'm trying to look hot. Like I don't care. Like I don't care about that health as well. I don't care. But yeah, anyway.
Another confession. Sorry.
I love my girlfriend so much, but she's gotten so comfortable that she even started farting in front of me.
Oh.
But it stinks like shit. What do I do? She even does it in public.
Yo. So
also, because I actually think because once when I heard that this is a thingy from a man, I got so annoyed. I was like, wife's clean up. I was like, we don't care.
Deal with it at home.
Zami therapy.
Because we didn't like your msuza.
But anyway, I don't know. Like I feel like I'm a hypocrite because I am okay with me farting, but I'm not okay with other people farting. It pisses me right off. Like, don't fart, please.
I don't mind farting, but like, so to be intentional about
when my
like if you put me a mistake, like mistake,
yeah,
like, cool. But it's about
you
from the depths of
sis man. No, iyalahle sometimes kodwa la ndiyacapukisa ingxaki umuntu usuzile
uyacapukisa umsuzo bra
umbisa mntu asikhomba uzibhete kabi man like atusoso usho ba ukakanga as inobuchekile surely there's no way
ukoma yanuka and ukhumbela umsuzo unuka wet
we kumtheko chekile
clinicisu
wakathi stameta mntase or izinto nezanto zikhoyo oh my word does that even still exist
ibhukesi ukakhayo yamazuka
I literally had that like last week. I'm really at my uncle's. Like,
what should she do? I mean, he should do.
Honestly.
If you do,
if I can't naye. But I come to Susa, you know, I can't teta naye, akazuyeka. Umuntu oziphethe kabi nje. Makamlahle.
Ndifuna uSusa ngoku.
Ew, please get out.
Okay,
next,
two more. Yeah, two. Let's hear two.
My ex and I broke up just before Christmas last year. Spent the last 2 months trying to heal and let go of him, only to find out I'm 3 months pregnant.
Ooh.
I haven't slept with anyone else since him. Obviously, it's his.
So?
She's just confessing.
Oh, we're
confessing.
Exactly. Something sus about her telling us that it's obviously his. We are talking. Dead sleep.
I beg your question. I beg your question.
Off.
Makatethi nyani. I beg your question.
Couldn't explain like extra information.
Obviously, now your attitude.
But I mean, oh damn, like that's so fucked up, bro.
But what are you gonna do? You're pregnant. Yanzimish motion.
A pop.
3 months. 3 months.
Oh yeah, you can't.
I pick it up. Can I 3 now?
That's legit the first trimester. What the fuck?
Hey,
morning after one.
Hey, I saw me today. That's the first trimester.
Don't.
I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, eh?
Oh, some girl. What have you been through?
Yeah.
Do you have a child?
No.
Have you had a pregnancy scare?
Yes.
How was that? How does a pregnancy scare feel towards men?
Yeah.
To us,
Yeah.
it depends because there's some gents who think that they're ready for a child, and then when the child is actually there, it's like, oh shit,
My dad.
I'm a dad. And then there's others who...
But Nina choice Nina's men to be deadbeats.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My dad.
Oh shit.
You got a deadbeat.
He said.
He's like, I'm not doing that.
And I was about to bring that up, be like traditional black
Oh,
men.
what?
Deuces in jail.
Yeah.
So there's 2 options. I personally...
Oh, there's no
There's
option.
no-
There's 2 options.
There's two options.
There's no option. You guys just made the other option.
I can't tell the other option. Okay.
Okay. Another one.
Yes, I've had, I think, how many? 4, I think.
4
Whoa.
pregnancy scares.
Oh yeah, Hanam Chan.
Nah, the flop with me is just I don't like using rubber. You see why I say it's a story for another day. So I don't like using rubber.
If we had time is about for today. But I mean, that's meant for you though, to be fair.
I'm just saying. Remember
Remember that guy friend of ours? Actually, no. What I was about to say. I know I tell political.
What?
Yeah, about. Yeah, no, he doesn't like using a condom because.
Oh,
What?
I don't know. Bao ban died for.
Yiyo kaloku leba why ufaka kaqala bhekile secaleni then nalowana wafa for our sins. So yaphela.
Nah, men really need to stop. It's not funny.
But asithi uba i-right.
The first round.
First round. Bhekile secaleni yonke. Then second round, bhekile pregnancy diseases. STDs.
Oh no, but there's ways to combat those things, yabo. There's ways to combat those things. Are they saying Gossip Johnson died?
Like what the hell? Nah, niggas are diabolical, honestly.
Don't blame Amadoda.
On ourselves.
It's not our fault if it feels good, yes.
I'm
defending us now. I'm defending us now. Okay, the last confessions.
Yeah.
I am so attracted to our director. It's insane. This woman drives me nuts. And all I think about is getting her alone. No. She's single as well, which makes it much more attainable. I feel a slight chemistry, and I'm also conflicted about what to do.
Nam Samkelo, I'm attracted to you. Itindo yet.
Business la. Straight business.
Men's I don't. That's. Anywho, my take is that
just go for it.
Yeah?
Just go for it.
Nah, I say don't.
No,
I'm very, but okay, that's just me. Like, I'm very strict when it comes to like having any kind of romantic or like sexual whatever with someone who is in close proximity to me. That I'm gonna have to be in a space where I see you all the time. But also, that's also going back to talking about me because there's husband when nerves.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'll like you today, tomorrow I'm speaking something else.
But
so I don't want to put us in a space where now things are awkward or they tense or. Also, sometimes people don't handle rejection well. What I was saying is that, like, what am I saying? It's like when I advised that friend of mine to not have a thing with the guy that lived in the same apartment, like, don't as her, like, complex. So I'm like, dude, you're going to see this person all the time. And now, like, it's just going to be awkward.
Yeah.
And now you have to sit with that feeling of, like, oh, damn,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
I don't encourage, like, work. Don't because
unless it's love like for real. Like if we have
love.
This is not love. At first sight, that's not the movie.
Yeah, but the thing is like I can
love.
But just rather not. If you can, man. If you can avoid
just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
I think that's all from us.
Yeah.
Any last words?
I'm sad that like we didn't have the whole day.
I know. Same. It's okay. You were getting lost. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your answers for the confessions that we had, and just any other comments about like the video in general. Also, in our description, there's the email address, octoberthepodcast@gmail.com, where you can send in your scenarios. It's just a page long.
Not too long.
Essays, not too long. So that we can like dissect your guys' stories outside of our own stories and like talk about it. It could be confessions. It could be like a scenario, like am I an asshole for doing certain things? It could be anything. And we can talk about it here on October the Podcast. From me, Buhle Lupindo, and Miss K October. See you next time. Bye.